Good morning, guys. Good morning and welcome back. So before I start the session today, I have one update, guys. One quick update. We got some referral openings for Vodafone Pune. Okay. On LoadRunner. That requirement is on LoadRunner. So he is one of my previous batch student. Okay. So he's one of my previous batch student. And yesterday evening he pinged me saying that there are some openings for LoadRunner for 4 years experience, but 3 years is also fine. Okay, and interview will be easy. I know that because in Vodafone our students were there previously. Last year some guys got selected for Vodafone Pune, and interview is easy. Okay, and I select 10 candidates, but I know that I understand that interview should be easy. All right. So, but scripting they should be having very good hands on. Okay, so 3+ also fine, and I have forwarded one profile. Sai పంపించాను. Sai did not come today. Then వచ్చాడు కదా. All right, guys. So, why I'm saying this is, everyone is after JMeter from the past 2 years. Everyone joined JMeter. Everyone, because there are a lot of openings on JMeter now. So, as everyone joined JMeter, there is resource shortage for LoadRunner now. Companies are unable to find resources from last 1 year. LoadRunner resources are having very good demand. What it is. So, but we repeatedly say, Rundu నేర్చుకోండి అని చెప్తాం. We repeatedly say in every demo session, if you watch my previous demo sessions, you have to learn both the tools. Then only those who are keeping experience, they can manage the interviews very well. Then only it's possible to manage the interviews well. At a gap 3 years on the world, not for freshers. For freshers, one tool is enough. JMeter is enough. If you are choosing one tool, JMeter would be the best option. Clear, guys? But for experienced guys, those who want to keep 3 years of experience, they have to join both LoadRunner and JMeter. They should be having both LoadRunner and JMeter in the profile. Clear, guys? So, and we are also having some referral openings in Bank of America. So we have, very soon we'll, some of our people will get selected. All right. So let's get started now. So yesterday we stopped here, right? We discussed about what did we discuss yesterday? Types of testing. What are those, Rabu? Unit testing. Right. So what is black box testing?
Is functional testing. Is like developers don't know the coding or not. That's why they call it as
black box testing. Okay. So what is white box testing, Grace? In QA అన్నారు. What is white box testing? Understand? It is unit testing. What is unit testing?
Testing is done during the development of testing
by the developers, right? So those are the different types of testing that we discussed, and yesterday we also discussed about what are the differences between functional and non-functional testing, right? Now let us go start performance testing. Let's discuss about performance testing. So performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Okay. Let me open your class notes document and I'll write down some important interview questions on this concept. So what is performance testing? I'll give some interview questions. 1 second. Let me pause recording for a moment. So what is performance testing? Performance testing is performance testing is non-functional testing. Is non-functional testing to determine whose speed? To determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Okay, right? Now, what is meant by speed? Speed here, speed is nothing but response time. Speed is nothing but here it is response time. Here speed means response time. Stability means how stable the application is under expected and unexpected user load. Okay. And scalability means how scalable the application is. How scalable the application means how many users it can support. For example, I'll give some examples. Let us go to GHMC website, GHMC property tax website. Okay. Let's say this is GHMC property tax website, and now see here how many users are visiting the website currently. There are 32,500 users who are using the application. You see their visitor count, and you see at the bottom right, you see the number visitor count. That is 32,500. That means right now, 32,500 users are using this website. Okay. So usually it will be in that range only, 30 to 35,000. 30 to 35,000. But in the month end, or like in the financial year ending, there will be more number of users, right? Yes or no? Or else, there is a due date only, for example, like they kept last date for paying property taxes. They said, like, let's say 31st October and all. On that last day, you'll have more number of users, isn't it? That is unexpected user load. This is expected user load. Expected user load and daily anthamanda users on an average. That is expected user. Or let us take IRCTC example. IRCTC application will have 4 to 5 lakh users daily. Daily 20 lakh tickets will be booked on IRCTC per day. Okay. Out of these 20 lakh tickets, 15 lakh tickets will be booked on website, and 5 lakh tickets will be booked on reservation counters, it seems. IRCTC only told these numbers. The numbers IRCTC reveal just when they came for public issue. Understood, guys? So, 15 lakh tickets will be booked per day throughout the country. 15 lakh tickets book chestaru ante there will be around one user can book on an average one user can book 6 tickets, I think max 6 tickets. Let's say assume 3 tickets, one user books 3 tickets, so that means there will be 5 lakh users who will be using IRCTC application, online users. On an average 3 tickets book chesna, there will be 4 to 5 lakh users. Clear, guys? Now that is the normal load. 4 to 5 lakh users they will be using throughout the day, isn't it? But at a time, at a peak hour, there will be 1 lakh users. Peak hour. See, right now 32,500 users are accessing this GHMC website. But daily, maybe 1 lakh users will be visiting the website. But 1 lakh users will not visit the website at once, right? Okay, sir, chair kada. Suppose I want to pay property tax, I'll pay the tax and I will close the application, right? So, I may be using in the morning, or some may be using in the afternoon, and some may be using in the evening or night time, isn't it? So, is it clear what is expected user load and unexpected user load now? Right? So, what is scalability? Scalability means, stability means, what is stability? Stability means how stable is the application, how stable the application is under expected and unexpected user load. Right? And scalability, what is meant by scalability? Scalability means how scalable is the application? What is the maximum number of users that it can support? How scalable is the application? That is testing scalability. And then reliability. Reliability means how reliable the application is once it goes to production. Reliability means how reliable the application will be once it goes to production. So that is reliability. Clear, guys? So performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. So you need to mention that, wait, let me, I will highlight that, non-functional testing another highlight just, okay? It is non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. So this is how you need to define performance testing. In interviews, if someone asks you what is performance testing, this is how you need to define performance testing. Okay, you should mention the word non-functional testing. Clear, guys? Now, let me go to the PPT. So, and how do we do this performance testing? If you want to do performance testing for any application like IRCTC or bigbasket.com or the GHMC property tax website, if you got a project to do performance testing for an application. So how do you do that performance testing is you first ask the client what are the critical business flows of the application. First, you will ask the client what are the important business flows of your application. Means what is meant by critical business flows or important business flows of an application? Means which are used by most of the users, as simple as that. Critical business flows means important business flows means suppose you take a net banking application as an example. So what do you mostly do with a net banking? All of you are having a net banking application, right? You use some or other on net banking application, right? So what are the things that what are the activities or what do you use net banking application for? So Parveen, actually, Vodafone is for Pune location only, but the requirement is 3+. Minimum experience that they are looking is 3+, Parveen. Okay, I saw your WhatsApp message just now.
Yes.
So this requirement, like whatever I told you, actually he asked 4 years experience. But 3+ is also acceptable. But I don't think 2 years will be accepted.
2.10 years, sir. Near is the 3.
2.10.
Can I mention?
2.10.
Can I mention 3 years, sir? If it is 2.10.
If it is 2.10, you can mention around 3 years.
Okay.
And share your CV. We will give it a try. Okay.
Okay,
You
sir.
don't lose anything, right? Let's see if it gets shortlisted.
But I have experience on Dynatrace.
Okay.
And just learning JMeter.
Dynatrace is okay. Dynatrace is useful, but their requirement is LoadRunner requirement. The performance
Yes.
tool requirement is LoadRunner. Okay.
Yes. But I can mention, sir, for 6 months, like right now, I can mention JMeter, sir.
No. If you don't have
For
hands-on experience
6
on
months.
LoadRunner, then it will be difficult to get selected, right?
Yes.
Gracie, do you have laptop? Do you have the C cable? What is the adapter? Can you show the adapter once? Okay. So if you take any net banking application, what are the, what do you do mostly on a net banking application? No, show me the cable. What do you mostly do with a net banking application, guys? Yes. Login, cable. It's the round thing. Login and yes. Login and check balance. Login and check balance, right? Yes or no? Then fund transfer. Okay. Yes. Next.
Add pay.
What is that? Add payee, right? So add payee or beneficiary, isn't it? Next. That's it. You only use net banking for only fund transfer.
Fund receive.
Huh? Bill payment. You don't do bill payment. Any bill payment? Then bill payment. Huh? What is that? Statement. Yes. Account statement. Once in a while, we may download account statement, right? Next. You don't have any loans. Those who joined online, some people are already working, right? Madhav, you don't have any loan?
I have, but that's auto transfer.
Okay. Loan payment, right? Utility bill payment, right? And once in a while, you may do profile update, right? Aadhaar update or address update or mobile number update. I'll say as profile update. Once in, of course, you'll not do frequently, but you will be using it for net banking. You'll use that is one purpose, isn't it? So these are the critical business flows or important business flows of the net banking application. Now, if you got a project to do performance testing for any net banking application like Kotak.com or ICICIbank.com, suppose assume that you got a performance testing project to do performance testing for Kotak.com or any other net banking website, ICICIbank.com or HDFCbank.com. So you need to test these. These are the critical business flows of the application, right? So you need to do performance testing. See, you need to do performance testing for, you need to cover only these critical business flows. You will not cover each and every page because, most of the users do. These are the transactions that most of the users does on the application, isn't it? So when you are doing performance testing, you will ask the client what are the important business flows of the application. And we develop one script for each of these business flow. We'll develop one script for login and check balance, one script for fund transfer, okay, and one script for add payee or beneficiary, one performance testing script. And then for bill payment, we will create one script and then we will run all these scripts together, right? With the desired user load. For example, ICICIbank.com says that my application will be used by 1 lakh users in the peak load time. Morning nunchi evening varaku, at some point of the time, there will be peak hour. Maximum number of users will be there at a certain time. So they will see what is the maximum load at that time, and they will ask to do performance testing with that user load, right? So this is how we do performance testing. We simulate the important business flows. How do we simulate important business flows? Means we develop one performance testing script and we run that script. We execute that script, automated script, right? And not only important business flows. Suppose you take any Amazon like some e-commerce application like Amazon. Okay. Let's take any e-commerce application like Amazon or Flipkart. Okay. There will be Amazon is owned by Jeff Bezos, right? So suppose he want to see once like he will not be placing order on his application, right? Right. So tested, but he will not be regularly placing order on that, isn't it? So but suppose he will log into the application and he want to see how much sales is done in so let's say how much sales is done in mobiles category or how much sales is done in TVs, LED TVs, right? Then not only Jeff Bezos, right? There will be a lot of stakeholders also. Investors will be there. Amazon invest చేసిన వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు, other investors. Shareholders, main shareholders, major shareholders. They will also be logging into the application, right? Not to place order, but they will see like how much sales is done in this month or in this week, how much sales is done, isn't it? Now they will have some reports, dashboard pages to see reports, to see the reports like sales volume and all those. Yes or no? So those pages are also important. See, shareholders and maybe 50 or 100, not more than that, isn't it? But those are important persons for this business, right? Yes or no? So the dashboard pages visited by them also should be included in performance testing, even though they will have only 50 to 100 users. Understood, guys? But rest of the pages, they will have lakhs of users, isn't it? These mobiles and see Amazon Pay or mobiles or Amazon Basics, these will have lakhs of users. Definitely we need to include it in the performance testing, isn't it? So we simulate the important business flows of the application plus dashboard pages which will be visited by stakeholders. Please remember this. See, ఇది ఎవరైనా చెప్తారు. Any training institute, any trainer or any, even if you learn, performance testing in Udemy or YouTube, they will tell it. But you need to tell this one also. Dashboard pages which will be visited by the stakeholders also will be included for performance testing. Those pages also should be tested. Clear, guys? I'll take a pass here. Any queries?
It can be like pages that are important to the business. I mean, not just the dashboard pages. Any page that is important to the business stakeholders should be included. Yeah?
Yes, exactly. Right? And then any other queries? So we simulate the important business flows of the application. First, we prepare the scripts and we run those scripts. We execute those scripts, right? And then we test the application under the target user load. Target user load, predefined concurrency means, the client will tell you what is the target user load of their application. So we test the application with that user load. Okay. And then we validate the application or server's readiness ahead of peak events like Big Billion Sale or Black Friday Sale. So particularly whenever, like in US, you will have Black Friday Sale, and in India also, this is everywhere, Big Billion Sale, and it will be in any country, right? So particularly when you have such peak events like this, you'll get more performance testing projects. There will be more performance testing projects. Okay. Every client, every application, they may not be doing performance testing throughout the year, but whenever there is a event like this, peak event like this, we'll get more performance testing projects. All right. And then test the application stability before and after version release. So we want to test the application stability. So that's why we do performance testing. So this is how we do performance testing at a high level, at a very high level, right? Now, what are the reasons for doing, what are the other reasons for doing performance testing? So obviously this we discussed already. Speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. We discussed this already. Now there are, we'll discuss these performance metrics later on. We'll discuss this later on. Okay. There are some reasons why we do performance testing for, for any application. Okay. We'll categorize any application as, already existing application and a newly developed application. There are some already existing applications and there are some newly developed applications. Now let us understand why do we do performance testing for a already existing application like WhatsApp, or we can do performance testing for WhatsApp also, isn't it? Or X or Twitter or Instagram, right? Those are already existing for many years. Why do we do then? Why should we do performance testing for existing applications? Let us understand that. So when do we do this performance testing for an existing application is adding a new feature or a functionality. Whenever a new feature or new functionality is added, then we have to do performance testing for that application, even though it is from many years, right? So you see, suppose WhatsApp is there from many years, right? So that doesn't mean that that don't require performance testing, isn't it? Because every month or every once in a every now and then means regularly there will be some new features added to the application. Can you list out some new features added to WhatsApp? You better know than me. Huh? What is that? Yeah, right? Yes, exactly. So one new feature was added, to WhatsApp. I'll show that, like what Gracie is telling. There is a new feature called Meta AI or something, right? Meta AI, isn't it? Right? This one, isn't it? This is the new feature that is added to WhatsApp recently. This one, Meta AI, isn't it? So, in that way, lot of features, will be added to the existing application as well. So whenever a new feature or functionality is added, so we need to do performance testing for that application, even though it is existing from many years, isn't it? So that is one reason when we do performance testing for an already existing application. Then increasing number of users are adding. So not only that, so can you list out some more features that are added to WhatsApp? Right. So previously there is no edit feature to WhatsApp, but recently, like 4 or 5 months back, WhatsApp introduced a new feature to edit the message, right? So previously, if there is some typo or if there is some wrong message, we need to delete it and we need to send it again, isn't it? But right now, they provided edit feature. That feature was there in Telegram from many years, but WhatsApp introduced it very recently, isn't it? So edit feature. Meta AI is one latest feature. Okay, and then edit feature. Next, WhatsApp new features. These are different new features introduced in WhatsApp. Yes? Filters. What are those filters? Huh? We can add filters in video calling. Okay, so for cheating. Right. So What is that? We can open WhatsApp in 2 devices at a time. Okay. Right? Yeah. We can switch. Okay. Right? The AC is active here today. Okay. And then payment is one feature that was added recently, isn't it? So this is the continuous process. So, right? So will it stop here? It is a continuous process, right? It is continuous process. Like every year or every month, some new feature will be added to WhatsApp, isn't it? And whenever a new feature is added, they will do performance testing. Not only performance testing, they have to do unit testing. They need to do integration testing, functional testing, performance, security testing. All these testing should be done along with development. So as far as software applications are there, testing will be there. All these testing will be there, isn't it? Right? So whenever a new feature is added or some new functionality is added, we need to do performance testing. And then increasing number of users are adding new users. What is the meaning of it? Let me give some examples for that. Okay. So wait, I'll write it down here, like the previous one. Adding a new feature or functionality. Increasing number of users are adding new users. What is this one? What is this all about? So how many of you heard this ingvaishyabank.com? ingvaishyabank.com or ING Vaishya Bank? You did not hear at all? You don't know at all? ING Vaishya Bank, of course, it was there 5 years back, right? And like let's say ING Vaishya Bank, it is a big bank only. It's not like a local bank. It's a regional bank. Like used to have presence in South India, entire South India. So let's say like they have 1 lakh net banking users previously. It is not there now. I will discuss what happened to that. So 4 or 5 years, Kotak Mahindra Bank acquired it. Kotak Mahindra Bank has acquired ingvaishyabank.com. Okay. At that time, Kotak Mahindra Bank is having, let's say, 5 lakh net banking users. Okay. And their website is kotak.com. The website of, still now also Kotak Mahindra Bank website is kotak.com. And their website is ING Vaishya Bank website is ingvaishya.com or ingvaishyabank.com. That is not important. Let us understand. So they have 1 lakh net banking users. Okay. And Kotak Mahindra Bank is having, let's say, 5 lakh net banking users. Now, this Kotak Mahindra Bank acquired that ING Vaishya Bank. They bought that, they acquired it completely. Right? But before acquisition, these ING Vaishya Bank customers used to use this website, ingvaishyabank.com, and Kotak.com users used to use this website. Now, after acquisition, once the merger process is completed, now this 1 lakh users of ING Vaishya Bank also should use this Kotak.com, right? Obviously, ING Vaishya Bank is no longer existing. All the customers' data will be migrated to Kotak.com, and they also, that 1 lakh users also should start using this Kotak.com, isn't it? Now, Kotak Mahindra Bank has to test whether their existing application can support that additional 1 lakh users or not, right? That is where this comes into picture. Increasing number of users are adding new users. Okay. Whenever the number of users increase, or we need to add new users to our application, then also we do performance testing. That is another scenario where we do performance testing for a existing application, already existing application. Clear case? And next scenario is a major software upgrade like database or OS migration on the servers. Next scenario where an existing application requires performance testing is whenever there is a major software upgrade like database or OS migration. I'll give some example for this. So if you observe any ATMs, when they are in depositing, see this cash management services, they will be keeping cash in the ATM machines. If you visited ATM at that time, they will use Windows operating system. You know that? In the ATM machines, like manam chusinapudu it will not show the operating system. But when they are installing, when they are keeping cash in that, right? If you go there, if you see any ATM machine, they will be having Windows operating system. Okay, all ATMs, most of the ATMs will be using Windows operating system only. And previously they used to use Windows 10. Now Microsoft has released Windows 11, right? Now all the ATM software will be updated to Windows 11. Yes or no? Now we know they will not do update directly. They will not do update directly without doing testing. First, what they do is in the test environment. You remember in there for performance testing we have a separate environment and Chupun. You remember that? What is that environment? Test environment, isn't it? That is called as test environment or engineering environment. If any bank want to do OS migration means migrating from one version to another version. They will not do directly in production. First, they do performance testing in the test environment, means they migrate in the test environment, do all types of testing, cash deposit, cash withdrawal. They do all types of testing, then only they will do it in the production, right? So whenever any OS migration is there, if we need to do client want to do OS migration on the servers or database upgrade, right? They need to do performance testing. They will do first in the test environment and then only they will do it in the production. Then only they will upgrade in the production. Clear this? This is another scenario where we do performance testing. Okay. And then for an existing application again, right? And then one more reason is whenever there is a hardware upgrade on the servers. Whenever there is a hardware upgrade on the servers also, we do performance testing, right? What is meant by hardware upgrade? You know that. I need not explain that. Do I need to explain this? I'll give some example for this. Suppose you have a laptop and when you are opening multiple applications, let's say when you are opening multiple applications, your system is becoming slow. Okay, your system is becoming slow. Yes, sir. Right? If you open too many programs, your system will become slow, isn't it? Then what will you do? If you have some computers background, you should check something first. Suppose you open multiple programs on your system, వరుసగా ఒక like 10-15 programs open చేశారు. Your system is becoming slow. Then what will you do? What will you check at that time? Only memory? Suppose I am opening multiple tools now. Let's say I am opening multiple tools, right? And so now what happens, suppose your system is becoming slow, you will go to only memory. You will check only memory utilization, right? You'll go to task manager if you have some basic computer knowledge. So you'll go to task manager and see what is causing the issue, what is causing that slowness, isn't it? Yes or no, guys? Suppose if your memory is hitting 100%, then what will you do? What will you do? If you want better performance, then what will you do? You'll upgrade what? Upgrade the RAM. You'll upgrade the RAM, right? So, isn't it? Or if suppose your disk utilization is very high, for example, or if it is slow because of disk utilization, then you can add some SSD, isn't it? If you have a hard disk and you can add some SSD. Yes or no, guys? Right? So that is nothing but hardware upgrade, isn't it? That is nothing but hardware upgrade. So whenever some hardware is added on the servers here in this case, so now once you went to the computer shop and you got the RAM upgraded, and now again you will test, right? After adding the RAM, you will test, right, whether the previously running programs are working faster or not after adding RAM. Yes or no? So similarly here also, any application, whenever there is a hardware upgrade on any application, they do performance testing. Okay, we'll do performance testing to make sure that the issues are resolved, right? We are getting a better performance than before, isn't it? All right. Next scenario where we need to do performance testing is after fixing any performance issues. We discussed just now. Suppose you have a laptop and it is running very slow, and you take it to the service center, and the technician says that we need to add additional RAM, let's say. And once you add the RAM, definitely you pay some money for that, right? Definitely you'll check that whether there is any improvement or not. Yes or no? After adding the RAM. So here after fixing any performance issues, for example, you identified some performance issues with the application. I'll take another example here. You have a bike and you are getting poor mileage. Okay, you are getting poor mileage, and petrol rates are increasing day by day. And now you want good mileage, so you'll go take it to the technician, and you will tell that I'm not getting good mileage. So can you please fix that issue? Now my technician does the servicing and all, whatever is required, servicing or maintenance, whatever is required. And again, once you get the bike, you will test it, right? You'll test it whether there is any improvement or not, whether there is any improvement in the mileage or not, isn't it? So similarly here also, if there is any application which is having performance issues, after fixing the issues also, we will do again performance testing. We need to make sure that issues are really fixed or not, isn't it? And then performance testing is also done as an ongoing activity in every sprint. Not only in these scenarios, but performance testing will be done as a continuous activity in every sprint. Sprint means, what is meant by sprint? In IT organizations, sprint means are in 2 weeks duration is usually considered as a sprint. 2 weeks duration is considered as a sprint. For example, in a month, we will have 2 sprints. 1st to 15th, first sprint, and 16th to 30th, it will be second sprint. So performance, every sprint developers will add some new features. They will fix some bugs, or they'll make some changes. Developers will make some changes. Now, every sprint we also need to do testing, all types of testing. Okay, not only performance. We do all type of testing in every sprint. So it is an ongoing activity or continuous activity in every sprint. Right? So these are the reasons for doing performance testing for a already existing application. These are some of the reasons for doing performance testing. Clear, guys? So I'll stop it here for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss, what are the reasons for doing performance testing for a newly developed application. Okay. So any queries, guys, before we close the session for today?
Why do we do it for ongoing and continuous activity? I mean, like, there are no major changes in each sprint. Will we still go and
No, if there are no major changes, you need not do.
Okay.
But there will be some bug fixes also, right? They will be doing some bug fixes.
So even for bug fixes, we have to, I mean, let us say the bug is not a major functionality or the most utilized feature.
Then we need not do. We need not do then in that case. If there is no major change, no need of doing performance testing.
Okay.
Any other queries? Okay, all right then. So I'll close the session for today. I'm passing the recording. Okay, and we'll have our next session on Monday, guys. All right. So today is Friday, right? So Saturday. So tomorrow I'm having some family function actually. Otherwise, once we start JMeter, I will take session on Saturday also. I will do script reviews on Saturday. Script review or doubt clarification on Saturdays, every Saturday. Okay. But tomorrow, as we did not start scripting, so we will have our next session on Monday only. Okay.